All right, this is Zach Love from Love Customs. We are here with Tom Wilkerson. We are here at the Street Rod Nationals in Louisville. We're looking over top of the Builder Showcase right now in the main hall. So, Tom, what is your position with NSRA?
I'm a special events director, and I put on events all over the country.
Okay.
Yep.
So are you over top of this and multiple events?
I'm actually not over the top of this.
Okay.
We have everybody here that's a special event director has a position that something they'll do.
Right.
My job here is to put on, and this is my 19th year,
Oh, wow.
of course, of doing the Builder Showcase. I started this in 2006.
Woo.
So we've been doing this a while.
So you've met a ton of builders from all across the country.
I wish I could remember all of their names or pronounce all of their names. You know what I mean? Yours is an easy one.
Well, yeah. So tell us a little bit about the inception of this Builder Showcase and what its intention was.
Well, in 2005, I think was the last year. You got to back up here. Let's remember now, this hall wasn't here in 2005. And neither was A.
Okay.
So we used to bring in GM, used to have concept cars.
Okay.
And they used to bring out their concept cars every year. We'd put those in the halls. Well,
Wow.
when they had some financial trouble and we're not going to come back, we envisioned a Builder Showcase to highlight commercial builders like yourself.
Right.
And to bring your latest creations in for these rodders to see.
Yeah.
And then what I did is then I incorporated then a vote for the Elite Builder of the Year. I designed the decal that goes on the cars.
Right.
And then we have a special award that you folks vote on by ballot.
Yeah.
Only you guys. Yeah. I don't even vote. And you guys vote on the Elite Builder of the Year.
Okay. Yeah, well, I know as a builder that, we've been in business going on 9 years, and I want to say the first Builder Showcase we entered was in 2020. And, we had been building cars, and we'd been working our butts off for years before that. But I know for me in my business, something as simple as this made a major impact. As soon as we debuted that Suburban actually here in the Builder Showcase, I know for me, my business, just went through the roof.
It's instant credibility.
It is.
When people see here, they know that you're credible and you had to do something, you've paid your dues in order to get here.
Yep. And I think it's really interesting, especially to talk to somebody who's been from the ground floor of this and see it, you've had more impact than you probably realize on these builders and, what you've been able to help their shops do and grow. I mean, I know for me, I'm very appreciative of all the opportunities that we've gotten, and I can't thank you enough for that. And I know that there's several builders. There's a good group down there that I know specifically that are getting opportunities now just from being able to be in this that they never had before. Right. So tell me about the show.
One thing I want to add to this is that when I first started doing this, I tried to be fair in the fact that 2 or 3 things came to mind. Mm-hmm. One, in 2006, we didn't have all the late models.
Right.
So it would have been easy for me to say, how many 32s can I get out here? You know what I mean? As a 32 guy.
Yep.
And I thought, there's no way that's going to be interesting to have all 32s in here.
Right.
So I limit. That's why I make people send in pictures and stuff like that so I can see what's coming.
Yeah.
And I'll pick some unique items, as you can tell, over the years. I've had some pretty cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you remember back when Antoine's brought that Studebaker in, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
It had a World War II theme on it.
Yep.
It was a really neat deal. And I saw that at SEMA, and I got him to bring that car here.
Yeah.
And then I also, to make it interesting, I try to make sure that I get cars from both coasts, up and down the cars in Texas, cars in Michigan, cars in the central part of the United States. So I try to be selective to make sure that all 4 corners or 5 corners of this country are represented here.
Yeah.
And then I pick up some new guys. I pick up 10 or 12 new guys all the time. I'm probably somewhere around 230, 235 builders on my list right now.
Whew.
and I only bring 40 cars in.
Yeah.
You know. So
well, I know we've had this conversation before. Opportunities like this as a builder, and as a builder, everybody assumes that you're knocking it down and just making a fortune. And you go to a show and everybody's got their hand out. And one of the things that I know for me that we appreciate, because that's not the reality of it, and I know for us, this is kind of your way of giving back to us. I mean, to get this kind of exposure anywhere else would cost a ton in advertisement.
You have to be a commercial builder to be here. That's the criteria.
Yeah.
I get a lot of phone calls from guys that build these quality of cars for theirself.
Right.
But they're not a commercial building.
So there's very specific set of rules that go along with this.
You have to be open to the public. You have to be a commercial builder open to the public in order to participate in this program.
Wow. So aside from the Builder Showcase, the Street Rod Nationals in general, can you tell me a little bit about the show, the kind of turnout you get, and, you get people from all over the place for this show, right?
We do. They come from everywhere. We get folks from overseas. We get them from England, Australia, New Zealand, South America. They're here from Canada. They're here from everywhere.
Whew. That's a heck of a flight.
really. They don't always bring a car, but they're here.
Yeah.
To take back, buy stuff, take back what they can and the knowledge, and talk to the vendors and see what's going on in this country.
So average events, what, about 10,000 cars, give or take?
This event right here, the weather, of course, this year is going to affect this one here. But we'll be about 9,000 cars here this year.
Wow.
It would have been better than that for but as a rule, we're somewhere around 12,000.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. And I have to say, we go to shows all over the country, and NSRA's car count, at least from the outside looking in, has been actually increasing over the last couple of years. And I'm very happy for it, because I've been going to these shows since, I can remember. And I know that, especially COVID hit a lot of the car stuff really hard. But what are you guys doing that you think's working to allow these people to come and bring this kind of turnout? Because I know there's other organizations that aren't getting that same kind of turnout.
Well, first of all, I think we give back.
Right.
I think that's a big thing for us.
Yeah.
We give back on the average. I think we fluctuate between $47,000 and $54,000 in super prizes.
Wow.
That we give away to the registered participants.
Yeah.
Now, as you well know, at my events that I'm responsible for, I start off on Wednesdays by having a garage tour.
Okay.
Which is, and some of them are home garages, some are commercial shops.
Right.
And then I turn around and I bring in a Pinstripers charity auction. I bring in pinup girls. We have nitro knockouts that we add to our events, which is something for everybody to see.
Yeah.
So, and then of course I always have, a kickoff party that's sponsored by the Convention Bureau. Mm-hmm. I've put that into all of my events.
Yeah. That's awesome.
That's really pretty cool. And you can't go out and, you spend the $40 to come here, and I feed you and your wife, or you and your girlfriend, and you'd spend more than that, and I feed you for free.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
we're giving back to make this thing all work out.
I know for me, that's what really draws me to come into these events and stuff like that. Because like I said, we do shows all over the country, and we have a select few that we have stayed with and stayed consistent with, and this is one of them. And so I want to know a little bit more about Mr. Wilkerson himself. So what do you do when you're not?
I'm in the witness protection plan, right?
that is his fake name. But so what is it? What do you do outside of this when you're not doing events?
I'm sitting at a desk working on the next event or working on next year's events is what I'm doing. I take phone calls all hours of the day. And I'm in Colorado at mountain time, and I get calls at 5 and 6 in the morning from the East Coast.
Yep. I probably have been one or two of those myself.
That's okay. And I get calls on Sunday, and I get them after hours. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
My thing is, and I list my cell phone number.
Yeah.
So, you're not half the time, if you dial that cell phone, I'm either on that phone or it's charging that phone, or I'll take your call.
Well, I know
Really?
that I have a group out here. They were telling me that they called you one day and you were out there pushing snow in your driveway.
I'll do that too. I'll do that too.
So I know you've got cars of your own.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what you have.
Well, right now I'm a 32 guy, so I have 3 32s. I have a 3-window and 2 Roadsters.
Okay, wow.
And the one we're doing right now is a Dearborn.
Okay.
I bought a Dearborn from some folks. The husband had passed away, and it was just a body sitting on a chassis.
Mm-hmm.
And then I bought another chassis from Pete and Jake's. I put a quick change under it. I've got a Ford roller motor from Ford Performance.
Mm-hmm.
A small block Windsor. It's 575 horse.
Woo.
I got a new TKX transmission going into that. It's already behind it.
Man.
SoCal brakes, polished brakes all the way around.
Okay.
Polished quick change.
Yeah.
We cut the dash out of that Dearborn. They weld those in.
Yeah.
We welded in a 44 dash.
Okay. Yeah.
We bought another deck lid so we could louver it. So we louvered the deck lid.
So when do you plan to have that thing out so that we can all take a look at it?
My builder's going to have it here next year, I hope.
Awesome, man. That's going to be really cool.
That'll be really cool.
Wow.
We're not sparing any expense on this car.
Wow,
So,
that's awesome.
but I drive everything that I own.
Yeah.
My other 32 has got a flat motor in it, and I drive it all over the country.
So when do you find time to drive it? When you're
Not
going
very often.
I was going to say, if you're at all these events.
Not very often.
Man.
Really.
Man.
My summers eat up pretty good. I should be into snowmobiles, then I could have something to do during the winter. Really.
Y'all need to get a truck so you can just haul everybody, all the event directors and everybody's cars around so you can enjoy them at these shows.
That would be fun. That would be fun. But I usually wind up bringing so much stuff.
I'm sure.
I bring in all the award plaques, all the buttons for a registration, all the paperwork.
Yeah.
Everything. All the signs.
So you've got an endless job.
Yeah. Just one right after another. I'll be home for 5 days. When I leave here on Monday, I leave again on Sunday to go to Quad Cities on Sunday.
Man, so you're always on the road.
I
bet you got some. I bet you got some air miles.
I have some. I have a million. I have a million points right now with Delta Airlines.
Woo!
Yeah. Yes.
Man, well, Tom, thank you so much for talking to us. I'm glad we got to get a little more insight on the show, the Builder Showcase, and a little bit about you. And like I said, I'd like to have you on the podcast here sometime in the near future, and we'll be able to go a little bit more in depth on this stuff.
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.